Hey guys, the video you're about to see is made possible by SS Pawn in Lexington, Nebraska. Why don't you give them a call? SS Pawn in Lexington, Nebraska will take care of all of your firearms needs. Thanks a lot. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. Well guys, today we're going to do a little tabletop review of the Ruger Super Redhawk Alaskan revolver. It is the most powerful handgun I've ever fired before, and it was a surprisingly pleasant experience. Before I talk about shooting this handgun and as well as the kind of accuracy that I got out of it and the ammo that I used, let's just go ahead and run through some specifications on this revolver and let you know a little bit more about it. Okay guys, as taken from the Ruger website, the capacity is 6 rounds. Again, like I said, it's chambered in .454 Casull. It can also shoot 45 Colt or 45 long Colt rounds, depending on what you want to call them. It does have a Hogue Tamer monogrip pistol grip on it, which is wonderful, or grip. It really does a great job at taming that recoil. Your rear sights are adjustable. Your front sight is a ram sight that is replaceable, which is good to know. Overall length is 7.62 inches. Your weight is 44 ounces. Suggested retail is $1,189. I did see one for sale over on Bud's Guns, this exact same model, for only $888, $889, something like that. So you can get one under $1,000. If you check them used, I've seen them between $700 and $800 used on over on Gunbroker and a few of the online gun websites. So they're definitely out there. They're not hard to find. Now, just a little bit about the ammunition. When I did my first range trip, we just took some Herders, select grade, 45 long Colt, 250 grain ammo with this out there, and we'll take a look at that shooting footage. Really, I mean, it's a very accurate gun. I love shooting revolvers. I seem to shoot them a little bit better than I do semi-autos. I probably should have adjusted the sights a little bit. Only had 25 rounds to take of the 45 long Colt, but very controllable. You know, it bucks in your hand a little bit when you fire it, but it's definitely controllable. It's very low recoil with the long Colt round. I can't give you the ballistics on that round because I actually can't find them. I've been looking around a little bit, and again, you can check it out if you want to. But we all know 45 long Colt, a fairly slow-moving round, but it's got a little bit of power behind it. Again, definitely something that I think a person can handle. Now, I don't have the box with me to show you, but I did use the 240 grain XTP 454 Casull Magnum round from Hornady. Velocity is 1900 feet per second. It is a screamer. Energy out of the barrel is 1,923 foot-pounds of energy, so it is a beastly round. At 100 yards, this round has 1,478 feet per second of velocity, as well as 1,163 foot-pounds of energy. So it's going to do the job. Okay, and so let's just go ahead and check out the footage of that. Now that round, I wasn't scared to shoot it, okay? I fired 357 mag and 44 Magnum, and actually this is the most powerful handgun I've ever fired before, but when I was doing a Rossi 44 mag snub-nose revolver test, that thing was just punishing to shoot. The sting would go through your hands with every round. It felt like you were slamming your hand on the table. No matter how you held the thing, it was just not a pleasant gun to shoot. This, not quite so bad. Now granted, we only had the 25 rounds of Herders to start off for one range trip, and then 20 rounds of the Hornady ammo for the other range trip. And you know, by the time I got done with a box of 20 Hornady rounds, which I did just in one range trip and just did it all in like one test, within about an hour, my hand was a little tired, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it would be compared to, say, the 44 mag revolver that I shot. Let's just talk about the revolver itself, okay? We'll get right into it. Very beefy, very accurate, very comfortable. It's almost kind of cartoonish in its appearance, because when you hold it, it seems like it's about twice the size of an average revolver with the same barrel length. Again, the finish is stainless steel. I do need to clean it and get this back, but again, it is a very, very cool revolver. Yeah, no, a little bit heavy. It is marked 45 Colt and 454 Casull. Again, in the hands, I got about medium-sized hands. Had no trouble getting a good purchase on it. At no point did I feel like the gun was going to flip out of my hands or do anything weird like you see with some of those 500 revolver videos that are on there, right? Again, we are empty, but okay. Action itself, okay, double action trigger pull. It's probably at least 15 pounds, if not more. I mean, it's not the smoothest trigger in the world, but it's not bad. When it comes to your single action shots, again, definitely no wall. You just kind of barely pull on it and it breaks. So the trigger, that's one complaint guys have, is they wish for the money that you spent on this that it had a little bit more of a refined trigger. Of course, when a grizzly's bearing down on you, I highly doubt that you're going to care when you have to pull to draw to use this thing. The sights themselves are fine. I had no trouble getting a sight picture. You kind of got some serrations in that front ram sight, and again, it is replaceable. The rear sight's adjustable. I did not want to adjust the sights because, again, this is not my revolver, and I didn't want to mess up the settings for the owner of it. But again, very easy to get a good sight picture and take the shots. Now, granted, I was only shooting out to about 20 or 25 yards, and I didn't want to waste any of the rounds because I didn't have a lot with me, unfortunately. So again, just wanted to see what I could do within 20 yards. I would say maybe a realistic distance if you had to take a shot at some sort of an animal that's bearing down on you. Again, very beefy frame, nice large cylinder, very smooth. And I don't know how many rounds was put through this before I got it, but again, I only put 45 rounds through it. I had no trouble whatsoever. Definitely got that beefed up frame also, which is very cool. Now, there's different versions of this that you can get with longer barrels and different chamberings. I believe there's a 44 mag version of it. There may be a few other ones out there, but I really did enjoy shooting it. It was awesome. Now, the recoil experience itself, when you shoot it, it's going to buck in your hands pretty good. If you watch the video footage when I was shooting of my range test, you know, at no point did I feel like I was really going to lose control of it. It did stay in my hands well. You got some nice some texturing going on the grip here. It does stay planted in your hands good, and it was fairly hot when I was out filming, and I did have some sweat going on, but they still did not move around in my hands at all. The grip itself was nice and stable. Could you can still carry something like this? I don't know. With the weight of, what did I say, 44 ounces, might be just a little bit bulky, but with the right holster, I suppose you could pull it off. Maybe a shoulder holster of some sort, you know, however you want to make it work for you. But man, I'll tell you what, you want a home defense round that's going to be potent, or you want the ultimate truck gun, regardless of what kind of conditions you're going to be in, this is going to lay down some authority. Just to show you the brass itself, well, this is the 45 long Colt, but again, pretty decent shell, and again, lots of power behind it. But again, I did not find the 454 Casull unpleasant to shoot. Again, I'd show you that ammo, but I already sent that off to a buddy to get reloaded, those shells. So unfortunately, I can't show you that Hornady round that I had with me that I shot, but it's in the range test. So, man, what do I think about it? Overall, you know, if I had the money, I'd love to pick one up. I really do need a nice revolver in the collection. I'm kind of holding out for a Ruger GP100 and 357 mag, which is my favorite round. But man, if you got the money sitting around and you just want a nice big bore revolver, you just want to have some fun, something that's going to go bang and really lay down the lead on the steel targets, this is definitely the way to go. It was a joy to shoot. It was a lot of fun. And who knows, I might show up again in a later range test in the future with just a little more ammo and a little more time. So overall, would I buy one if I had a chance? Yeah, I think so. I think it'd make a nice addition to the collection. You know, from a hunting standpoint, if you are allowed to hunt with revolvers in the state that you live in, I mean, it's definitely going to produce the power numbers that you need for taking down any kind of medium to large game. You know, I don't know how accurately you could shoot this thing out to. There might be some guys that are good with it to maybe 50, 75 yards, possibly 100, I don't know, on a silhouette target. Me not going past 25 yards, I really couldn't make a recommendation for a hunting application, but for up close and personal, it is definitely going to get the job done. The finish itself, again, stainless steel, brushed, looks wonderful. It's going to be nice and corrosion resistant. I had no trouble cleaning it the first time. Everything just came right off the finish when I cleaned it off, and should be the same situation later on also. And again, I do like the ability to shoot the 45 long Colt round, but something that's interesting about it is, you know, the 454 Casull, it's not an overly expensive round. We're looking at about $31 for 20 rounds. I mean, I've seen worse, but that's not bad, especially if you get into reloading. You could probably save yourself a little bit of money. So take that into consideration. So all the pros and cons of this pistol. But again, I would recommend picking one up if you don't have a nice heavy-duty big bore revolver in your collection and you want something that's going to get the job done. You really can't go wrong with the Ruger Super Redhawk Alaskan. So guys, that's it. That's my little tabletop review of this revolver. What do I think about it? It's great. The trigger's not bad. You know, a little heavy in double action, but again, most guys are going to pull back that hammer when they pull the trigger, and if not, it's doable. I mean, it is something you can work with, but it is a heavy trigger. You know, the recoil didn't sting that bad. I hardly felt anything the next day after getting done at the range after shooting those Hornady rounds, so no problems at all. But guys, that's it. Great revolver. I love it. So Standard SS Pond, thank you for loaning this revolver to us. We really enjoyed it. Had a great time with it out at the range, and maybe borrow it again in the future. So that's it, guys. If you like what you see, please like or subscribe. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm also on gunchannels.com. And guys, don't forget I got Caliber Corner, which is a Saturday morning podcast over on gunchannels.com. And you can follow me over on Gunstreamer and UGEtube, pretty much everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, if I didn't say it already. So guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I want you to have a great week. And as you know, guys, I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe. And we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.